it's coming down like the pouring rain, and the flowers grow, and so do I, with each big fat drop of sweet pain. And your face fades in the distance, and all righteousness remains. Stand here alone, cut to the bone, but I will not let you turn my heart to stone. And your face fades in the distance, leaving all righteousness alone. I'm Tim Danberg, and this is Georgina Speaks, because I am Georgina Speaks. And so anyway, I kind of wanted to put something out tonight because it's Thursday, and I mentioned I would earlier today. And so a couple of things. I mentioned earlier today I'd got a call from a friend of mine who works with the force there, or people in their gang in blue, and concerned about my well-being and my whether my lunacy was going to get me into trouble. And in the end, I promised her that under no that I would only go there and do my show on Saturday if I had the written permission of the people that are hosting Kitchen Fest to keep me out of trouble or whatever. I could care less. If they arrest me, they got to feed me. But I did promise her that's the case, and I can assure you I will not be asking permission, nor do I want it. So I won't be doing my show on Saturday at in the parking lot at the Lions and Sun. I was looking forward to it, but I did promise, so that's the end of that. And it's the whole thing's nonsense. I looked. It's funny. I looked up Kitchen Fest today because I thought, I'm here now. Let's get into it. So it's a 300-year-old tradition that started in kitchens throughout Cape Breton. Family and friends getting together and about what we did the first 3 years of Kitchen Fest. And I'm going to tell you, you don't own Kitchen Fest, Chris, and you didn't start it. We did. You didn't build it up, or we did together, all of us. And I distinctly remember you thanking all of us that we got together and pulled it off. So enjoy your new format. And here's the good news. Sorry about the clip there. I just got into a really good rant, and then I ran out of space on my iPad. Don't you hate it when that happens? So let me make sure my microphone's still, oh yeah, still good. So anyway, so that's done. I'm done with Kitchen Fest. I won't be going there on Saturday. So here's the really good news. I know all the musicians, or most of them, they're dear friends. They're great musicians. They're entertaining and fun-loving people. You'll have a good time. It'll be a great show, and there's no better, safer place on the planet than the Lions and Sun. There, the family that owns that place is amazing. And when you go there and you eat there, you feel like you stopped by your family's house for dinner, and they treat you like that. So it'll be a really good time, and everybody should just make sure you get in there and support it. And the causes are really good, and the artists are amazing. So done deal. So, but I'm going to play a couple of songs. I don't know exactly what I'm going to play. Oh yeah. So anyway, needless to say, I've had an interesting day. All this going on in my mind, in my the turmoil that's going on around this. Not a lot of turmoil, but the old wheels get spinning, the old tapes keep reeling. So I went down and had dinner with my brothers and sisters today down in Toronto. Like most of them were there, and that was a lot of fun. Speaking of family and friends. And then when I got home, I headed off to a meeting tonight because I haven't had a drink in 35 years, but man, that group of people are amazing. And when I have upheaval in my life, things that are trials and tribulations, kind of the normal stuff. Addiction is another thing. I got, I'm I got diagnosed with ACDC, so I was all excited. I was diagnosed with Chris Big Canoe's favorite band, and then I realized they said, "Oh no, it's ADHD or whatever the hell they call it." So, and I've struggled with those medications ever since, not to abuse them, but they're fun. And so anyway, I did that. And when I was at my meeting tonight, a very dear friend of mine whose spirituality I respect a great deal brought me a gift, a piece of art. And so I was grateful for that. It's a native guy who's a dear friend. And, I got to throw this over my shoulder because it bangs on my guitar. So I wrote this song. It's called Dead Native Mouse Cheese. And don't ask me where that name come from. It just kind of came into my head and I used it. And at the time that I produced this song, for me, I was trying to reconcile that my mother was, a wonderful person, decent, hardworking, good old fashioned fire and brimstone Irish mother, and my dad, good guy too. But my mother's Catholic Church and my ancestors, my dad's British ancestors, like my ancestors, and what they did to the native populations. And so I was trying to reconcile all that at the time. And I wrote this as an apology to the native Canadians for the actions of my ancestors and my mother's Catholic Church. And so and I wrote it, and Connor's put it together for me. Connor Bowden, guy's amazing. I miss him. So it's called Dead Native Moist Cheese, and this is it. I'll play part of it. It's a long song. The banquet hall was busy. Prince of Wales stood tall. The bishop and the Saudi prince who just happened to be in the hall. They sat at the noble's table, grinning like a Cheshire cat. Prime Minister of Canada, man of the hour, and his entourage, big fat rats. The Queen rose as she rang the bell. May I have your attention, please? We wish to thank the Prime Minister for his 50 pounds of dead native mouse cheese. And the bishop asked the Prime Minister, do you harvest this in the wild? He said, yes, it comes in pieces, about the size of a small native child. And the wind howled through the trees and down the mountain and across the plains and out to sea. Chief held court and Shaman smoked his pipe, and the women danced so gracefully. Chief held court and Shaman smoked his pipe, and the children all ran free. Dead mouse cheese is a delicacy, royals and aristocrats, crooked politicians in the colonies and their entourage, big fat rats. It's made from the blood and the sweat and tears of shackled slaves and their indentured peers. Native children and their mothers' tears, and it's made by big fat rats. And the mothers cried a river that found its way to sea, carried all the little souls that are coming back to me. Said Mother Earth, now the children will run free. Well, I'm just a silly old white guy, but it seems to me these natives had it going on. And their children all ran free. You get the gist. Clearly, I'm not a fan of crooked politician in the colonies. Actually, the person that made me this gift tonight, piece of native art, is one of the people I checked with, because I did an 8-minute monologue about the history of that, separate from this song that Connor Bowden produced for me. And he was the one who let me know that what I had done was okay. It was. I always check with. Oh, when I did autism, my song about autism, I checked with some people to make sure that my characterization of things wasn't offensive. And I don't care about offending you. By that I mean people who just do or don't agree with whatever I'm doing. But if the subject matter is about somebody, I always check, because that's important. And so that's my dead native Mo's cheese. I'm just trying to think of something a little more lighthearted I might be able to send you away with. So, well, I wrote this. Actually, oddly enough, when I was writing this song, I was thinking about the Connors family. I mean, I come from a big loving family, but just for some reason, when I was writing this, because they're so family oriented, community oriented, and they're so tight. I'll give you a couple of bars of Love Is. If you want to know what love is, talk to your child. Talk to any tired lover, eyes all big and wild. Talk to any tired mother who prays to the Lord for her children's souls to keep. Talk to any grandmother soon to fall asleep. Love is the clothes you put upon their backs, and a roof you put upon their head. Love is nursery rhymes and cool stories that you tell them when you tuck them in the bed. Love is sacrifice that they may have instead. Love is you laying next to me each night in bed. During hard times and troubled waters and darker days, it was Mother felt our head, let us know everything's gonna be okay. But Dad, he just went out to work. Somehow we got by for another day. Love was him standing next to her in every way. You get the idea. Needless to say, I'm a family guy. Anyway, you know what? So that's done. That's a done deal. Oh, one other little announcement regarding my Bob Dylan song, which is a Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie, John and me, Bob, Woody, and John and me co-write contractually. I've worked it out, and permission to use a Bob Dylan line and a Woody Guthrie line in the terms of a. So we have a co-write, and I've talked to the Singing for Change people, and I've sent it to them because I have all the paperwork done for that. So it's technically that. And I don't know anybody on the planet who has spent more of his lifetime singing for change than Bob Dylan. And they actually thought it was not a bad idea. So they've asked me to send them an entire package. And who knows? You never know. If you don't ask, you don't get. And I can tell you, John's and my quest was an honest one when we wrote it. And it was to respect Bob Dylan, who I've loved for 50 years. And so that's a full 10 minutes and probably more of me than you intended to listen to today, that's for sure. So I've had a long day, and I'm just going to say thanks for listening and take care. We'll see you soon, and get out to Kitchen Fest, support those people, and have a good Saturday. And we'll talk to you next week. Probably the best place is the Mansion House. Oh yeah, I think they're going to start letting me record my podcast episodes from there, which is really neat. Like this, talk about an old traditional place that is a Georgina place, the Mansion House. Somehow, I think somebody up there is keeping an eye on me. Probably my mother. Take care, guys. Love yous all. See you soon.